Audio test. Yay, our audio is working. And I always have to check that. Sorry about that. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is May 2nd. Alright, as you know, I have 13 decks here. They all have something to say. So, we're going to get to the first deck, which is going to give us a general reading for the day. Which deck is going to speak for us today? For the general reading, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, it's the Moonology. Okay, Moonology. I hope everyone has their tea. I have mine. I'm going to take a sip. Sippy, sippy. Makes everything better. Okay, general reading for today. The Moon Oracle card book. And the cards. Some are flipped. Oh, I have the deck upside down. I haven't yet had a full cup of tea yet. I'll get it in me eventually. We'll get there. We'll get there slowly. We will get there. In time and space, we will get there. Okay, our general reading for today is the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. So let's see what this oracle card actually means. New moon in Aries. Okay, new moon in Aries. Turn to page 42. Oh, that's a beautiful vibe to start for the morning. Oh no. The flame is lit. A wonderful new start beckons, and you're on the right track. Drawing this card is a superbly positive sign if there is something you want to happen in your life. Take this card as a big yes from the universe. It's time. This is the time to really tune into your dreams. You may still have a long way to go. After all, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. But you're well on your way. Determined. Self-assertion and bravery are called for. But the hot fire of Aries is driving you forward towards success in whatever endeavor you're asking about. The caution, don't go too fast and forget your manners. Treat people as well as you charge towards your goal. You'll create much better karma for yourself. And your mantra is, don't even think about giving up. The additional meanings for this card, do your best and be happy with that. Avoid being brash right now. You need a 12-month plan. I just laugh because you're telling an Aries that you need a 12-month plan. Got it. Okay. A new male is coming into your life. The teaching. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So the new moon in Aries is the first of 12 or 13 new moons of this year. If you're committed to working with all the lunations, then the new moon in Aries is the right time to start. And drawing this card, no matter when you do it, signifies that it's also the ideal time to start your moon work, such as setting intentions. So that's really good. Alright, so we have John. Hi, John. John, I do questions on spell work. Hi, John. I did readings for you yesterday. Are you still worried about that? Are you still looking for answers, John? Oh, John. You have to stop worrying about that, John. You have to find something else to think about. The universe brought you to me again. Yeah, I'm gonna have the same answers for you. I know you do, but you gotta let the spells do their work. Oh. So I understand you hate your situation, John. Oh. Welcome back. The universe brought you back to me. Okay, it's just, I'm in a situation where there's two people involved who did spells. Yes. You told me about that yesterday. And you have to let the spells do the work. This is the unseen work. I know, it's hard. Waiting is the hardest part sometimes. But that's when you have to just set the spells and you have to let them carry out. I don't want them to collide the spells. Yes. Like this is witchcraft. Yes! And you don't have to worry about Look, you can't do anything because the spells are already done. You can't. You have no ability to stop what has already been set in motion. You have to just let it you just have to let them. Okay, imagine spells. John, listen to me. Imagine the spells are like seeds that you plant in the ground. Okay? And if you stop and stare at those seeds and are frustrated at those seeds and not sure what those seeds are going to become, then you're going to spend a long, frustrating time for those seeds to sprout. Okay? And you might get frustrated and plant more seeds and overburden the soil, and you don't want that, okay? You just have to water the seeds that you've already planted and let them grow. And growing takes time, and you gotta let them manifest how they're gonna manifest. Okay, so John says, and I don't want them to collide the spells. Yes, like this is witchcraft. Stuff could happen. I stirred the pot. Yep. How about deities, though? Do you have questions on deities? We can pull a deck for that if you like. As you all know, I have 13 decks here. I'm going to shuffle a standard deck, and I'm going to pick a new deck for John if he finds a question. Gaga W3U. Hi. Hi. Is it open? Yes, we are open. We are live. Welcome. Well, when John gets a question together about deities, then I'll get back to him. I'm going to draw our first subject, the morning commute. Oh, sorry, I got distracted by chat. So Goo Goo Gaga says, it's my tarot channel, so nobody finds me asking readings. How much? How much? What do you mean, how much? And John says, can I get a timeline on when the spells will happen? I'm just kind of impatient. It's connected to this situation. Alright. You're reading. Well, John, I don't... Well, if you want to, you can browse my Etsy shop and buy something, and that would really help me out. But right now, I don't have any sort of super chats or anything. So I'm just doing live readings. So if you want, I'm gonna help John out, and then I can get to you, Goo Goo Gaga. Yeah, coffee's fine. I have links in my description. We're gonna get to John's timeline. I need a deck for John's timeline, because I am gonna help him out with that, even though I've given him the answers, and he doesn't like them. Hey, if you don't like my answers, we'll consult the cards. I got no problem with that. Let's see. Number 2. 1, 2. And guess what, John? It's the Witch's Tarot. The witches are going to talk to you. And I always do my tarot cards by intuition. Oh, witches, please speak to me. Give John advice. Magic doesn't have timelines. One person said no. Yep, Witch's Tarot. Well, you are asking for a timeline, and I picked a deck, and we're gonna see what the cards say about that. So, tarot cards. John wants a timeline. John wants a timeline for the 2 spells. So, for John, I will draw 2 cards. 1 for each spell. We have Temperance. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. So we have Temperance, who has rainbow cups. Rainbows are flowing into the cups, and there's butterflies. I'm going to say there's going to be a quick transformation with Temperance. But there is also going to be conflict along that timeline. So I think since you're rushing it, it's going to be fast, but there's going to be conflict. And that's what I'm getting. And John says, magic doesn't have timelines. One person said no. Yep, Witch's Tarot. Ha ha ha. Well, IDK why Witch's Tarot came out. Okay, any sort of time, months. Look, John, it says quickly. And that has to be on your terms, whatever quickly means. A quick transformation, but there's going to be conflict. Okay, so now let's get. Okay, so Goo Goo Gaga says, "Hold on, my baby newborn needs me. Be right back. I'll pay in a sec." Okay, that's alright. Take your time, Goo Goo Gaga. You have baby. You have baby, and that is just a lot. Yep, come back. Okay, as you all know, I have 13 decks, and all of them want to speak. So I shuffle a regular playing card deck to pick one. And since Goo Goo Gaga is distracted for the moment, I'm going to do the morning commute. The morning commute. What's traffic look like there for everyone today? Seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my golly. That is so appropriate. So Supernatural, the Winchesters, who are famous for the Impala they drive, is going to tell us about the commute, which is super convenient for traveling. What does the daily commute, the morning commute look like? Oh, Winchesters, Winchesters. Tell us your tale on the road. What does it look like? What does it look like? It looks like in the world. Ooh! Look, this is the best card for the morning commute. Looks like wide open roads, everybody. Wide open roads. Oh, but don't look in the back near. There's red there. So all of your problems are behind you as you drive forward. And that is our morning commutes. We have wide open roads. Don't look back. It's all bad. But looking forwards, we're looking real good. Love that. Okay, and then get back to chat here. Okay, so Goo Goo Gaga says coffee is down for me. Awesome. I will do Goo Goo Gaga then. So thank you. Thank you very much. And John says, did the Witch's Tarot come out for a reason? IDK, if there's something connected to that. So John, everything has perfect timing. And that's just how the universe works. So you got the Witch's Tarot because I pulled the Witch's Tarot from the regular playing card deck. And then that just is perfect timing because... Oh! Thank you so much. That was awesome. So, and it's just perfect timing that you got the Witch's Tarot for your spells question. It just is. It's just how the universe works. And Google Gaga says, I will buy something from your website, but I'm in the UK, so the account bought it off Etsy. Thank you, Google Gaga. What is your question? How may I help? That was for tarot. Cool. That's great. Thank you, Google Gaga. Again, what is your question? You've already paid the money, so I'm here to read cards for you. Okay, so Google Gaga says, please read for me and Felipe, his baby daddy, and it was really ugly the other day and he left. Just feeling thoughts, what you see. Ooh, okay, so tarot cards, we have to find out about Felipe. I just gave birth 2 weeks ago. Wow, that's a lot, honey. I'm so sorry. That sounds like you're really overwhelmed. And that sucks. Please read for me, Felipe. For me and Felipe, his baby daddy, and it was really ugly. Just feeling thoughts, what you see. Alright. So we want to help out Google Gaga here. My thoughts on him, the baby daddy walking out. I see. I know a new baby is like high emotion, high stress. So, first off, take care of you and the baby. And I hope everything works out for you. And I'm going to draw a deck here for you. Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we have the Winchesters again. Yep, Winchesters again. Oh, I'm not supposed to read something. That's pretty cool. Oh, okay. I understand better now. Ooh-wee. That's rough. Okay, so let's just calm down. Let us focus on the situation, see what the Winchesters have to say about this whole thing. It sounds super overwhelming. Alright, so we have bones. I think bones are wands. I have to make sure of that. Bones or wands? Or bones, wands? I think bones are wands. 6 of bones. Okay, okay, okay. So everything is very complicated right now. There's layers of things going on. And I think someone's gonna be drinking. I want a little bit more detail on that. But this is also the card of cooperation, alignment, and connection. His bones, his wands, his creative. Old and new creation could be the baby. And teamwork with the baby. Let's draw 2 more cards. The Empress and the Hermit. Oh, I think you're the Empress and he's the Hermit. Well, I was right about the drinking. So that's not good. So you're the Empress and he's the Hermit. That says a lot. Because the Empress is the one with high fertility. And the Hermit has to go and do his spiritual work by himself, which is why he left. So this joins in with the card of cooperation, alignment, and connection. Wow. So that's you and him. Connected. Let's see. You want to ask a specific question, Goo Goo Gaga? Because the cards understand what the situation is. The problem is he won't be able to see the baby for years if he doesn't get his shirt together and we register him. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that burns so much. Okay, so given the situation, how do we think this is going to turn out, cards? Let's find out. Do we think that the Hermit is going to get his stuff together? The Page of Blades. Ooh, the Page of Blades. Okay, so the Page of Blades says he needs to become serious in this. But he's new at it. He's new at all of this responsibility stuff. And I believe he's overwhelmed by the situation and by the baby and all the stress that's going on that he just had to leave and go and get his head together. So Gugu Gaga, the cards say that he's really new at trying to be responsible. And he got overwhelmed and left. What do you need to know? So, the question here is, I think you're trying to ask, is will he make the decision to grow up, or will he make the decision to continue doing the bad things? So I'm going to pull a card for that. Google says, I told him how he treated me wasn't okay, and he dismissed my feelings. Oh, he's bipolar, and I don't think growing up is an option. Ooh, I think Goo Gaga, that you already have your answer. But I'm going to let the card speak. I'll give you another card here. You know what? Is he going to get his shit together? That's what I should be asking. Is he going to get his shirt together? Is he? Should you waste your time with him? Should you... Can he be changed? Let's find out. I'm asking the cards. This is on the cards here. It's a really big question. Oh, death. So, honey, death is not literal death. It means change. And in this case, I think there needs to be a big change, because I don't think... Oh my, the lovers. Oh my. Oh, honey. Oh, I don't like this card. Okay, so I don't think you should be relying on him to change. There's going to be a death of the relationship, and there's going to be conflict. Yeah, Goo Goo Gaga, I think that is so true. Oh, Sigma Hard, if you want, go buy something nice for yourself in the Etsy shop, and that would really help me out. I'll have to take off that coffee link after this stream. So go buy something for yourself in the Etsy shop. That'd be amazing. Thank you. Yes. Goo Goo Gaga, my advice is that the relationship is dead, and there's going to be conflict. Do not continue to support him. I mean, the cards are very clear on this. Do not continue this relationship. It's already dead, and there's going to be conflict. And here's the thing. Most of it is going to be mental conflict, but it's going to be harsh. Very harsh. So I recommend that you break this thing and start making something new. Start sowing those new seeds, girl, because you can't make this any better. Okay, so Goo Goo Gaga says I'm 21, he's turning 31, but I have crazy synchronicity. There's already conflict. The other day, the nurse who came in looked exactly like his sister. Actually, I can ban him from the EU for being a legal immigrant. He doesn't have the guts to. Yeah. So, what you make of this, Goo Goo Gaga? This is what the cards say. The cards say about this. Sorry, I have to have some tea first. This is a long one. The connection of you and him, he is overwhelmed by the whole situation. But the relationship is dead and there's going to be conflict. And that's what the cards say. And my advice seeing this is that you gotta end this. You gotta end it early. And don't let the baby be an excuse to stay together. He's not gonna change. Exactly. It's been too long already, girl. You're already in too deep. Cut it now. Cut it now. It's already too overwhelming. Exactly. He is not treating you right. He's taking advantage of you. You have to end it. He was there for the pregnancy and mom gave birth. Yes, but if he's not treating you well, if he's not doing all the stuff he's supposed to, then he's just look, he wasn't there for you and the baby. He was there for his own livelihood. If you were paying for everything, he wasn't there for you and the baby. He was there for the free ride and your emotional connection to that. And the Winchester deck does not play around. So Goo Goo Gaga, I'm going to let you digest all that, because it's a lot. I know it's a lot. Yeah. So he has to grow up. He's not going to. And if he's not going to, you have to boot him. You have to say goodbye. For your own health and probably the babies. So I wish you luck, Goo Goo Gaga. Okay, so I'm going to have a drink of tea here, and as you all know, I have 13 decks. They all have something to say. So I take a regular deck of playing cards and I choose that way. Here's the thing, Goo Goo Gaga. I do know the interpretations, the literal meanings of tarot, but I do it intuitively, given the reading. And I do know that death means change, and there's a change in the relationship, and there's going to be conflict. Therefore, there's going to be a death in the relationship, and there's going to be conflict. Oh. I have 13 decks here. They all have to speak. That's my system. And I just let the cards speak for themselves. Let's see here. so there was someone called Sigma Hardy. Says, what I need to know. Not sure how to donate. The coffee link doesn't work. If Sigma Hard is still in the room, you can ask your question. But I'm gonna take a moment to go on to the weather, and we're gonna pick a deck for the weather. Oh, we're gonna pick the cat deck for the weather. Ooh, the cats and weather. What do the cats have to say about the weather today? What do the cats have to say about the weather today? And I do read my tarot cards intuitively. What do the cats have to say about the weather? The weather will... Oh, okay, well... Sorry. I just think it's super appropriate that we're now in May, and there's a calendar of May in the cat card. And this is a card of wealth because it has treats in the bowl. So I'm gonna say the weather may not look like the best because you're just not looking at the silver lining in the clouds. Because you'll see the empty bowls. Or or even the bowls will have some treats in it, and the cat isn't looking at the bowls. The cat is looking up for more food. So you are looking at the weather right now, and you're saying, wow, this is not good. But you're not looking at the silver lining. There are treats in your bowl. You just have to look for them. And that was the weather. And John says, now I'm seeing why it came out. What you talk about, John? Oh, and John, did you have another question? The cat deck. Now I'm seeing why it came out. Why the cat deck came out. Yeah, it's hilarious. See, they all of these decks have something to say. It's just hilarious. So I can't stick with just one deck. We always gamble for the next deck. So that was the weather. Look for your silver lining, everyone. And we're gonna go. How does Christine feel about me? John, we're gonna get a deck for Christine and see how Christine feels about you. Alright, decks. How does Christine feel about John? Oh, the Queen. The Queen is number 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The Crows. John says, yeah, it's a coincidence. Like, too big of a coincidence. I know, right? You just let the cards speak and try not to think too hard about it. Because it all just is perfect timing. And it all works out. It's all connected. So, how does Christine feel about John? How does Christine feel about John? Routine. Let's see. Well, I get the impression from this card that Christine sees you as something reliable and a routine. Like a constant presence. Now let's see what the book has to say. Turn to page 42. Love that. Thank you, cards. Okay, routine. Every morning I watch the crows return to my neighborhood, and every evening I see them as they depart. It's like clockwork. The crows have a routine, and they have stuck with us for as long as I can remember. Routine speaks to the things we do out of habit because it's part of who we are and what is expected of us. In many ways, it is routine that creates stability. However, it can also lead to stagnation or getting into a rut. Ask yourself, are you in a routine that makes a foundation for success, or are you merely going through the motions because you don't know what else to do? So out of that, I would say that Christine sees you as something to be expected to be there because of the routine. I don't think it's deeper than that. I think she feels like you guys meet up, you talk, it's okay, and then she goes about her day. She does not think of you outside of the routine. John says, yeah, it's coincidence. Like, too big of a coincidence. Yes. WYM, reliable. Yeah. I don't think by the cards, she thinks of you as part of the routine. She doesn't think more of it than that. Sorry, bud. Did you have any other questions? And while you're thinking about other questions, I'm going to go to the next topic, which is the morning coffee. And as you all know, I have 13 decks, and they all want to say something. So I use a regular playing card deck to choose which deck is going to speak. And I'm going to have a sip of tea. I know it says morning coffee, but I know you guys might like coffee. But me, I prefer my tea. So I hope you're having either tea or coffee this morning and it's doing great for you. Alright, John, I do see your question. she opening up? Alright, so John, since I did see your question, we're going to go to your question and then we'll get to the morning coffee. So, is she opening up? Is Christine opening up to John? What do the cards say? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Moonology. Beautiful. Is Christine opening up? Moon cards, please tell us. Is Christine opening up? Is Christine opening up? Okay, so step out of your comfort zone and the North Node. Okay, first impressions here. Purple. I love purple. Purple's a fabulous color. It's also a very spiritual color. I love that. North Node. North Node. North Node. Is Christine opening up? Okay, so step out of your comfort zone. The North Node. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow, because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you, within reason. This card is all about living your life's perfect purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction. To take action so that you are willing to follow through and lead your life so you excuse me, I'm going to take a pause and take a tea drink because this is a lot. Excuse me. So, are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come and to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? Attuned to the new moon. I know, and the affirmation here is, I know I'm headed in the right direction. And the additional meanings for this card. You're headed for something to which feels like destiny. You need to face fear and get over it. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. Stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this. The North Node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going north. It's a karmic point, and on the horoscope chart shows us what we need to do and where we need to go with our lives to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. The North Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us, to paraphrase Andre Gide, that in order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. Ooh, I think this bodes very well with Christine's routine card. So she may be scared to change the routine. She's probably scared to change the routine and have it go badly. So she wants to keep it the same. And that's a lot. That's mixed feelings. I want to say I don't want to use the words that she's opening up. I want to use the words that she's a little scared about changing what is going on. But she's sticking to the routine because it's familiar. Okay, and Doreen T8Q says John SYBAU. I'm not sure what that acronym is. SYBAU. Okay, so I'm now going to let the chat run for a bit, and I'm going to do the morning coffee because I've been trying to do the morning coffee. And we're going to pick a deck. I have 13 decks, and all of them want to speak, so it's time to choose for the morning coffee, and then I'll get back to chat. Number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Trust your vibes for your morning coffee reading. Oh, card box open. Oh, card box open. There we go. No hidden cards. There we go. I know you. Trust your vibes for the morning coffee. What do we have for the morning coffee? What's gonna wake us up today? The morning coffee. The morning coffee. We're gonna let this deck see what our morning coffee is. Be grateful. Nice. So our morning coffee is that we need to be grateful. Be grateful with that cup of coffee that's just going to wake us up so good, or even your cup of tea. And don't worry, I will be drinking this tea later, but it's still cooling. And I have another pot over here that I've been drinking from. In fact, I'm speaking of it, and I need some. Mm. 52. Be grateful. Make a list of all that you've been given so that you can live fully and absorb how much abundance you truly enjoy in your life. Think of this as a gratitude list. Add it daily as you notice little things in your life that you truly appreciate, like your coffee or tea. Rather than worrying about what you don't have, look at all the things you do have. As you understand how thankful you should be, send a signal to the universe and give you more, and it will. And that was your daily coffee. And I'm going to get back to chat here in a bit after I put this deck away. Because as you all know, I have 13 decks and they all want to speak. So I use a regular playing card deck to pick the deck for the situation. But I'm going to get back to chat here and drink some tea. Ooh. Let's see. And John says, what is she scared of? Go ahead. With that last reading, John, I understand that Christine would be scared of ruining the routine. There is something about being in a comfortable spot and not wanting to uphinge that. And chat, I am open for any other questions. I'm going to go to the social vibe. What's our social vibe today? Cards. What's our social vibe today? Going Queen, so that's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, the crows. The crows are perfect for the social vibe because crows are very social birds. They fly in murders. They fly in murders. So of course they're very social birds. They're going to have the perfect answer for our social vibe today. What's our social vibe today, crows? Self-interest. Self-interest. Alright, what's the impression I can give here? Social vibe. Self-interest for the social vibe. So in this card we have many crows going around their own crow business and their own self-interest, because you can see the crows down here are picking at the dandelions, and this crow is by the water, this crow has a mouse, this one's calling. So they all have their own interests. But let's see what the book has to say about our social vibe today. Self-interest. I'm going to take some tea. I hope you all have your lovely tea. Or coffee. Self-interest. I regularly have 4 neighborhood crow visitors. There is one crow that seems a bit more selfish when it comes to food I put out, while the other crows take their turns grabbing a nugget or two of the dog food I leave out in the plate. There is one that will shovel as much into its mouth as possible, not caring if there's a single crumb left for the others. Self-interest indicates that you may be looking out for only yourself, and as a result, others will be impacted. On the flip side, be aware of the actions taken by those around you, as someone may try to come in and take more than their fair share. Being selfish isn't always bad. Sometimes we need to focus on our needs and wants. Depending on your situation, self-interest may indicate that you are in need of some pampering, or that it is time to put your needs above others. For example, your dream job may require a move or a shift in lifestyle. You may need to weigh the impact taking this job will have on those around you. In the short term, you may be perceived as selfish, but in the long term, your decision may benefit all those involved. So that is the social vibe today, selfishness. And it could be a little high intensity. But sometimes you just need to be a little selfish, even if it affects the group. So that is our social vibe today. I'm going to take a drink of tea, and then I'm going to look at chat. Okay, is Christine avoiding John? I don't know. Is she? I'm going to ask the cards. Is Christine avoiding John? Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay! The Gay Tarot. I love the Gay Tarot. It's the best. It's the most fabulous deck I own. Oh, Gay Tarot. Is Christine avoiding John? We're going to get our sassy gaze out. And we're going to tell it like it is. Because that's what my Gay Tarot does. The Gay Tarot doesn't play around. They tell it like it is. Is Christine avoiding John? Is Christine avoiding John? We have the Wands in number 9. Outside of a pub, walking away from the light. No. So I'm going to take a drink of tea before I even start reading this one. Intuitively, I'm going to say yes. She's avoiding you. Because she's scared and she wants the routine to continue, she's avoiding you. She may be uncomfortable. And that's what the cards have to say. Yes. Basically, she's avoiding you because she's scared. Because they were walking away from the light. Yes. And then I'm going to go to the energy levels for the day. As you know, I have 13 decks. And they all have something to say. So I use a regular playing card deck to choose which deck is going to speak. So we're going to focus, I'll get back to chat in a bit, but we're going to focus on the energy levels of today. What are the energy levels of today? What are the energy levels for today? Jack. And Jack is 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's getting into the vortex kind of energy. So our energy is getting into the vortex. I like that. I already like that because I know this deck. Okay, so what are our energy levels today? What are energy levels today? What are energy levels today? The universal law of attraction is managing my expansion. Let's look at the card. The universal law of attraction is managing my expansion. The law of attraction is the universal manager of all vibrations, which expands to everything that exists through the universe. And so, at the time that the law of attraction is responding to the vibrational content of your physical thoughts, it is also responding to the vibrational content of your inner being. That's pretty deep. So we're going with a more meditative energy level today. So nothing extreme. Something stable. The energy levels are very stable today. They're very clear. That's very nice. That's a good energy level today. I like those kinds of levels. Nice meditation level today. Alright, I'm going to put this deck away and don't go far. I have 13 decks and they all have something to say, and I use a regular playing card deck to choose which deck is going to speak. I'm going to take a drink of tea and look at chat. Oh, chat, what did I forget to say? Okay, well, there's nothing new in chat. So, we're going to go to the Dream Bridge and choose a deck for the Dream Bridge. Whatever dream you had recently. Whatever dream you had recently. Number 2, the Witch Tarot. He's going to talk about your dreams last night. They're going to help you with that dream you just had, or the last dream you remember. They're going to help you make those connections because of that dream you had. And I read all of my tarot cards intuitively. So, what's our dream bridge today? Justice. Justice. Justice is our dream bridge today. Justice is a card that is very black and white. And, of course, Justice is blind. However, this one's peeking under the blindfold, so I'm a little worried about that. But Justice is blind. It's the law. And I see that this one, standing on a snake, holding the balance, tools, and the sword. She's very black and white. So if this is the dream bridge category, I have to say you have to take this dream as literal meaning. It's going to be like a lawyer reading the laws. It's just black and white, and there's very little interpretation to be made. It's just the dreams are being as clear as they can be. You may just need to write down the dream and have someone else look at it. You have to get your dream lawyer. Whoever you talk to about your dream, say, I had a dream. Please help me. So you're going to have to go to your dream lawyer and ask them what this dream could mean, because I think they have to translate it for you. It may be very literal, but that other person is going to be your dream lawyer. So you're going to have to ask them about the advice. Alright. It's very good. Very good for the Dream Bridge. And don't go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have something to say. And to choose which deck speaks, I use a regular playing card deck to see what deck is going to speak, because they all have something to say. And I'm going to have a drink of tea and look at chat here. Still nothing in chat. Okay, so then we'll go on to the next subject, which is the creative spark. We're going to pick a deck for the creative spark of the day. The creative spark of the day. Which deck? Which deck? Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Supernatural again. Oh boy, that's a really good deck for this subject. Supernatural for the creative spark. What do the Winchesters have to say about the creative spark? This is going to help all you creatives out there. What creative spark should be focused on today? Which one? Which creative spark? And we have the 4 of Knives, which is the 4 of Swords. And I read my tarot cards intuitively. That is some good craftsmanship on those knives. And they're varied knives. And I know this series. I know this one. This one is an angel knife. This one's a blade to slay demons. This one's a demon's knife. And this one's a hunter's knife. So I'm gonna say you're going to make a synchronized, like, you're going to take one thing and you're going to make different varieties of that thing. So find something you want to make a multiple of and give them themes. Give them stories. Give them different purposes. Give them different masters. Give them a personality. Because all of them are different, but they are still the same enough to be lined up and say that is a beautiful collection. And that is an amazing card for the creative spark for the day. So I hope all you creatives find that thing that you can expand on and just make a nice series of beautiful things. Okay, so don't go away. I have 13 decks, as you know, and they all have something to say. So I will be choosing which deck comes out next by shuffling from a regular playing card deck. And I'm going to put this guy away. And then I'm going to have a drink of tea. And then I'm going to look at chat. Oh, Winchesters, Winchesters, you do so well for me. Thank you. Alright, check. Okay, John says, okay, this is the last question I'm asking about it. Okay, I gotta distract myself. What's going on behind the scenes with those spells? Well, John, I'm going to pick a deck for you. And we're gonna find out. We are going to find out. We're gonna pick a deck from the playing cards. Okay, and it's number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the Winchesters again. I love that. My supernatural deck. They're gonna help you with those spells, honey. What's going on behind the scenes with these spells? What's going on? You want the nitty-gritty details. Well, this is the deck for the nitty-gritty details. So, the deck is going to answer for you. What's going on with those spells? What are they doing behind the scenes? Hi, Reed. Ooh. I'm going to have a drink of tea first. And I hope you all are enjoying your tea and or coffee this morning because it helps out so much. John wants to know what's going on behind the scenes. The Sun. The Sun. The Sun is a very positive card. Now let's read here. There is complications. Not complications. There is... Well, yes, complications. But... well, yes, of course. Of course. I of course, want to make it better. But the card says, no, there's complications. There's complications. A very high energy complications. And they're making it happen. My golly. Because I know this character. Oh, she's working so hard behind the scenes for you. Because that's her laptop. She's doing the work and she's defending her work. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes, John. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. And because it's the Sun card, I know it's going to succeed. And there's a lot going on. All the things are falling into place. Things are being forced into place. Like, they don't get a chance to... They don't get a chance to not fall into place. They are falling into place, whether they like it or not. And that's what the cards have to say. Very positive sign. And things are happening. They're almost being coerced into happening. And they're going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to put this deck away. But don't go away, because I have 13 decks here, and they all have stuff to say. And I just use a regular playing card deck to choose the next deck to speak. But I'm going to take a deep, sippy break here. Hold on. And I'm going to look at chat. John says, okay, speed it up. I want it to happen faster. Oh, John. Oh, John. I know that you want it to happen like now. I know that you want it to happen now. I understand that you're frustrated. You're impatient. And that impatience is going to be you getting in the way of yourself. I know that you want it to happen faster. But you cannot make things happen faster than they have to happen. You have to let things play out, otherwise you're going to dig up those seeds we were talking about earlier, and they're just not going to grow at all. So you have to find something else to focus on. You should probably get some sort of hobby. I recommend that crochet, of course, because it's a very calming project, and it helps you not think about things, and it lets things happen. You have to let things happen, John. You have to let them happen, and to let them happen, you have to distract yourself sometimes. But you have to know things are working out for you. The universe is coercing it into place. You have to let it happen in its own time. And there's just nothing to be done about it except distract yourself and say it's going to be fine. You've already done the work. Alright, John? Let's see. John says, I want to make it happen faster. Okay, is there a way I could ask you more questions about witchcraft privately? Just me as a baby witch. Okay. Well, I haven't had any private sessions. I'm not sure where to do that. Let me think about that, because I actually haven't had any sort of one-on-one questioning. Let me ask the cards. I don't know. Let me see if the cards have an answer for me. Ask my own cards. So number 2, the witch. Oh, my golly. So appropriate, John. It's the witch's turn again. I know you do. Even the cards agree. You need witch help. You need witch help. And the witches are here for you, John. But we can definitely ask any sort of witchy question you want. So I'm drawing for where me and John should speak. The sun, again. Love the sun. So this is just hilarious because we had the sun in the previous deck, and now we have the sun in the witch's deck. That's hilarious. I love that. Oh, it's all sunshine and rainbows and clouds and the star below the eye of the sun. Okay. For right now, I believe it's saying right now it's really good where we are. I think we should keep everything in the sunlight and not talk privately. So right now I don't have a place to talk to anyone privately. So I'm going to go with the card here, and we're going to keep it public for now. Nothing private. Everything in the sunlight. So nothing private right now. Not until I have something set up, because I don't have a place to go meet up people and talk to them privately. If you have any witchy questions that I could answer publicly, I'll do that. And that's what the witch deck has to say. Okay, so I'm going to put this deck away, but don't go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have something to say. So I choose my decks, which deck is going to speak with a regular playing card deck. Come on. Come on. There we go. We'll get this one back in the box. And then we'll choose. I'm going to get it back in the box and have a sip of tea and look at chat. Okay, John says, do you have to develop relationships with deities before you start working with them? Demons, etc. Any type of entity. Develop relationships with deities. Develop relationship with deities. Ooh, develop relationship with deities. Yes. I'm also going to get a deck to expand on that, yes. Pick which deck wants to speak about that. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the Octopus Tarot card deck. We're looking for relationships on deities. As a witch to a witch, yes, relationships are everything. But there's an expansion on that, yes. I just don't have the words for it right now. I need a card. Because you should intend to have good relationships with everyone. And I don't mean humans. I don't mean just humans. I mean with animals. I mean with your environment. You should make good relations with everything around you. Deities are just the same, they just don't have bodies and they're non-physical. Let's see, 5 of Wands. For relationships with deities. I'm gonna have a sip of tea before I read it. deities are big, like universally. So, the Five of Wands. Relationships with deities. And why I had so much trouble finding words is that I needed a reminder that deities' lives are much more complicated than our mortal lives. Oh, they're chaotic. Deity lives are chaotic. It's all creative work, too. Like, it's all creative work with deities. It's all... It's very complex. It's turning in my head. It's just a lot. It's overwhelming, honestly. If you are going to get deeper involved with deities, you have to be super respectful, man. You have to be respectful. There's going to be an overwhelming demand on trying to please a deity. So just know that if you want to deal with deities, it's going to be overwhelming. It is important that you be respectful to the deity always. If you disrespect the deity, you're done. Finito. It's complicated, man. It's super complicated. I'm overwhelmed just trying to talk about it. So I'm going to put these cards away because I can't handle the subject anymore. So I might be putting this deck away, everyone, but I have 13 decks here who have things to say, and I choose which deck is going to speak by picking from a regular playing card deck. But I'm going to have a sip of tea because I need to come back from that experience. Because it was overwhelming. It was honestly overwhelming. Okay, now we go back to chat for a break. Okay, John says, okay, yeah, I want to ask about Hecate too. My connection with her. Yeah, okay. So, John, after that experience, I don't think you're ready for Hecate. I do not think you're ready as a baby witch to be dealing with deities one-on-one. I don't think... I feel you're not ready. I'm not ready. And I'm a little bit more seasoned than you. So, if you're going to connect with a deity, I would say... I agree with the thought of talking to a coven about deities. Because I'm overwhelmed as a singular channeler here. So I'm going to get off of this subject about deities. I'm going to take a refresher subject. And I will get back to chat in a moment. Because on my next subject list we have the news. And I'm going to pick a deck to give us the news for the day. Because that's a little bit more human and less godly deity stuff. It's so overwhelming. Okay, so number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give us the news. Give us the news. And this is my Prisma Visions deck. It's very pretty. It's one of those decks where if you lay out the suits of the cards, they have this beautiful picture that lines up like a panorama. Yes, I want to use the word panorama. Like they line up in a way where it just makes sense and creates a beautiful picture. Hidden cards. So what's the news today? What is the news today? What is the news today? What's going on in this mortal life? What is happening? What's the news? What's going on in the world? The page of criticisms. Chalices? Chalices. That's the word. Chalices. And chalices are cups. So the page of cups. And the news. The cups. The emotions. The water. The page. The youthful. Playfulness. Yes, but our subject is the news. Ooh, okay, so the news in the background is pretty red and foggy. However, when you look at things that are closer, it can be more peaceful. So I'm going to say the news itself is rather cloudy. And it's very emotional. I don't think you're going to find happy stuff in the news right now unless you look at the emotions. And when I say it's a little hard to describe. The news is very stormy. So you have to look at something besides the storm to not feel so bad. If you have something to focus on like a chalice, and you have something nice to focus on, like I would take, for example, a nice cup of tea. You can focus on that tea instead of the stormy background of the news. In fact, I'm going to have a sip of tea. But that's our morning news vibration today. So I am going to put this deck away, but don't go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have something to say, so I'll use a regular playing card deck to choose which deck gets to speak, because they all have a lot to say. And they all get their turn with perfect timing. Go on. Go in the box. But I'm also going to take a sip of tea here and look at chat. Boop. There we go. And we'll look at chat, have some tea. And John says, I did stuff with the Norse gods, but IDK if it was them or me. You did stuff with the Norse gods. Okay, what kind of stuff did you do with the Norse gods? Ooh, spells. Spells. Alright, you're allowed to do spells of the Norse gods. You did spells with the Norse gods. Also, with EIR, you think she would help me with my health issues? Okay, so I'm still being blocked from earlier, John. The gods are an overwhelming subject for me, and I don't think I should I don't think I should bother the gods in this time and space, if that makes sense. I'm already kind of tired from the last time I bothered them with that reading, so I'm not going to bother them again. I don't think I'm at a level where I should be playing with that stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very considerate. I'm overwhelmed. I honestly feel like that's an overwhelming subject, and I think it would also be overwhelming for you as well. How about a different subject? I'm going to, John, everyone is welcome to ask questions in the chat. John, you can ask another question if you like. I'm not going to touch on deities anymore because that was an overwhelming experience for me. And I think the gods have said all they had to say with the Five of Wands. And I'm going to focus on shopping for now so that I have a cleaner subject to work with. And then I'll get back to chat in a moment. So, which deck are we going to choose for the subject of shopping? How's our shopping vibes today? How are the shopping vibes today? The shopping vibes today are going to be read by number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ask and it is given is going to give us our shopping vibes today. There we go. Shopping vibes today. 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 Let's see. Shopping vibes are, I will love where I am right now. I will love where I am right now. Absolutely, 100%. I love where I am right now. But in terms of shopping, let's see. There is nothing that you cannot do, be, or have, and we want to assist you in achieving that. But we love where you are right now, even if you do not, because we understand how joyful the journey to where you want to go will be. Nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. And that's for the shopping vibes. So I'm going to say that the shopping vibes are there, but you don't need anything today. If you can put it off tomorrow, go ahead and put it off, because you gotta look at what you got today and appreciate it for what it is, and know that the shopping experience will still be there tomorrow and you can go back to it tomorrow. Okay, and that's our shopping vibes today. And I'm gonna put this deck away, but don't go far. I have 13 decks. They all have something to say. And I use a regular plain card deck to let the cards speak. But I need a tea break. Excuse me, and I'm gonna look at chat. Okay. And I have about 20 minutes more in me. So I'm going to have my tea, because in 20 minutes I have Qigong with my grandmother, so I'll be signing off then. It's tea time. Tea. So my jug is gone. I'm finally going to move to the cup of tea, who's been just amazing, being a beautiful decoration on my desk. Okay, what does John have to say? Maybe it's because I'm involved with them on some level. IDK if I want to talk about it, but there's something with them, Just saying. I think we're talking about those Norse gods. And I do believe that you will make connections with the deities in your own daily life, and whichever ones come to you are the ones you should be communicating with. So that checks out. Okay, and my last subject for today is sports. Sports. I'm going to pick a deck to give us the sports vibe today. Which deck is going to tell us about the sports? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is my octopus deck. I will get back to chat in a moment. I'm going to do the sports quick, because that's my last subject of the day, and I only got 20 minutes left. By the way, everyone, feel free to subscribe. I love subscribers. They're amazing. They're amazing people. I love those subscribers. Helps the channel out, helps me out. But now we get to the sports. What's it, the sports vibes today? The sports vibes are the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. And I read my tarot card decks intuitively. Let's see here. 8 of Cups. Many cups here. Some cups are spilling over. There's going to be some changes in the sports. Whichever sports you like. There's some changes. I'm going to say there's positive changes. But it's not free-spirited good changes. I mean like serious suit-wearing changes. Like nothing wrong with the sports themselves, but those the politics behind the sports are changing. The sports themselves are still very good. Like, everything with the sports vibe is going well. And everything behind the sports is changing and being very liquidy. And that's the vibe for sports today. And I'm going to get back to chat. And don't go far. If I have any more cards to draw, I'll be drawing them. From this deck, because I have 13 decks, and they all have something to say. And I choose from a regular playing card deck to choose which deck speaks. But I'm going to get back to the chat and have some more tea. And we'll see where we're at. Oh, excuse me. That had to come out. Okay, so John says, why you got overwhelmed, I mean. Well, John, I'm speaking intuitively and trying to bridge the subject of entities was overwhelming to me. I tried to dip my feelers in the astral sea, and it was not a place I should be sticking my feelers. I was kind of overwhelmed by the energy and the chaos, and it's not a place where my feelers should go. So I was not getting clear answers because that's just, it's too much for my mortal brain to even bring back to translate. So that's why it was overwhelming. And I know that feeling, and I know when to step back and let it be. I know, there aren't normal English words for a lot of the stuff that goes on in my head during these readings. But it's just overwhelming, so you feel your whole body tense up, and the words don't come out, and your mind is blank, and you're just overwhelmed by the... Well, for me, it comes out as literally like there's a vibrating in my head. There's a vibrating in my head, and there's no words to it. It's just overwhelming, and I have trouble breathing, and it's very overwhelming. It's not a good place to be, so I bow my head, I say thank you, and I say goodbye. I'm going to leave you alone to do what you need to do, because it's just too much. It's too much, and it's not my place to mess around. Ooh, okay, that was a lot of words. Okay. Ooh, I have about 10 more minutes. I'm going to do one last general read for the day. And as you all know, I have 13 decks. And we're going to use this normal playing card deck to pick which deck is going to speak for our last general reading for the morning. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a good one. My Gay Tarot. I love my Gay Tarot. Very amazing. What does the Gay Tarot have to say about today and the general vibe? Yes, one more general reading for the day. Because I've covered all my subjects. And we've answered a lot of questions. But what's our last general reading for the day? Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. Very nice. Oh, the Wheel of Life. Our general reading is the Wheel of Life. So overall positive, and people working together. That's a good vibe today. Just everyone coming together for the same purpose. That's a lovely. I love that. I love that for today's vibe. The wheel of life. People coming together, doing beautiful work together, creating beautiful things. That's a good vibe. I like that for a general reading. Thank you, cards. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you're welcome, John. And Raymond Lewis 9866 says, will I find a place for my mom to live? I can do a reading for that. I have about 7 minutes left, so I can pull a card for that. And as you all know, I have 13 decks, and I choose which deck is going to speak by using a regular playing card deck to pick which deck gets to speak. So I will give Raymond his answer in one moment. There we go. So, Raymond, will I find a place for my mom to live? We're looking for a place for his mom to live. Will he find a place for his mom to live? Okay, the king is 13, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ooh, this is an appropriate deck for that, because this is my money and the law of attraction cards. This is all having to do with finding places to live, so this really works out. I love how the universe matches me up with the correct deck for the correct questions. Is Raymond going to find a place for his mom to live? Let's see what the cards have to say. Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. The card is My Life Story and the Law of Attraction. Each and every component that makes up your life experience is drawn to you by powerful law of attraction's response to the thoughts you think and the story you tell about your life. Your money and financial assets, your body's state of wellness, clarity, flexibility, size and shape, your work environment, how you are treated, work satisfaction and rewards. Indeed, the very happiness of your life experience in general is all happening because of the story that you tell. And this is for Raymond's mom and finding a place. I believe this card is saying that to find a place that your mom is going to live, you're going to have to decide which place you want your mom to live, and then go searching for it. I think you need more details on what she requires, and then you need to go looking for it. And I'm gonna say it's gonna be a yes, but you have to get together the details, make the story that you want for your mom and her new place, and then everything should unfold once you have that in mind. I hope that makes sense, Raymond. Alright, and it is about 7:41. So I'm going to be tuning off here soon. I hope you will all subscribe and come back for tomorrow, because I do card readings starting on the East Coast at 5:30 in the morning to 7:45 when I have to do Qigong with my grandmother. So I'm going to say, have a great day, and I hope to see you again back here tomorrow. Alright? Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining.